Alright, so I want to do 2.3, number 28, where there was a heated discussion. Okay, so I'm going to put the problem up here, and then you guys can come up and tell your sides. Okay, so number 28, Seattle City Light, which is a power company, presumably, charges residents for electricity on a daily basis. There's a basic daily charge of 15.7 cents. Okay, daily 15.7 cents. That's a cent symbol, right?
Yes. Yeah.
C.
Okay. In addition, for each day, the first 10 kilowatt hours cost 4.66 cents per kilowatt hour. First 10 cost 4.66 cents per kilowatt hour. Whatever the heck that is. First 10 kilowatt hours. Okay? Mm-hmm. And any additional kilowatt hours are 10.71 cents per kilowatt hour. So additional are 10.71 cents per kilowatt hour. Okay, cool. I'm supposed to make a table showing the cost in dollars of usage from 0 to 40 in increments of 5 kilowatts. I'm supposed to write a piecewise function to describe the usage rate. And I'm supposed to answer what's the cost for some other stuff. Come on up here. Tell your bit. You gotta come in front of the camera, though.
I'll tell the bit, but can we do the piecewise function before we make the chart?
Totally. That's a great idea. So, is that what the argument was? Just which order to do the problem in?
No.
Don't tell me it was that boring.
No, it was not.
Do you want to come up here and share what the disagreement was?
I will gladly do that.
Come on up.
Okay, so
First, introduce yourself and look at the camera.
Arshia.
Thanks, buddy. You need a marker?
Yeah. Okay, so we're talking about this right here. First 10 kilowatt is $4.66. Once it gets here, right? So when you're at 5 kilowatts, right? You're not here. You're at a base daily value, right?
No, you're in the first 10 kilowatts.
So you would multiply 5 by 4.66 and add it to 15.7.
Yep.
Okay. Okay, so I was wrong about that, and I knew about that. That's cool.
Who's an adult up here? You guys see that?
Yeah.
I was wrong.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right.
Way to be.
Thumbs up the camera.
So after 10, okay, we started getting different numbers. I got at 15 kilowatts, $73.91.
$73?
Yeah. Because
It's all in cents.
what?
Whoa.
73.91 cents.
Yeah, hopefully you're still in cents.
Yeah, cents. My bad. Cents.
$73 for 15 kilowatt hours is a
Yeah.
lot.
So you number it, yeah.
Okay, so what I'm doing
How'd you
is
do it?
I took. What did I do? Okay, so I multiplied the extra 5 by that.
Yep, good.
Got that number, added 4.66 for the base 10, and then added that.
Okay, and you had 15 kilowatt hours, right?
Right.
Okay, so that breaks into, there's 10 kilowatt hours,
Yeah.
right, in the first 10.
Right.
And then there's also 5 extras, right? So your total for 15 should be what? What are the 3 pieces that make up your total? There's 3 components of your bill for the day. What are they?
So daily, you have your daily.
You have a daily set, right? You're paying 15.7 cents.
Just to get in the door, right?
Right.
Yeah, that's like just to get the wires run to your house, right? Like you're paying for the privilege of having a bill every week.
Yeah.
or every
And
month.
then you add 4.66 by 10. That's it. You know you got 15.
Yeah, so those first 10 kilowatt hours, right? You have 10 of them,
Yeah.
and they're 4.66 cents a piece.
Yeah. You gotta have it. So
That's where you lost it, wasn't it? So you have 4.66 times 10 there. Oh yeah. You gotta multiply by 10.
I thought it said per 10.
Yeah, it's not the total cost of the first 10 kilowatt hours. It's in the first 10 kilowatt hours, they're 4.66 cents per kilowatt hour.
Oh yeah, so you have to multiply it by 10 anyways.
Yeah. So another way you could look at that is once you hit the 10 kilowatt hours,
yeah.
right?
Everything else is 10.
You have to pay 46 cents to get those, right? You can think about it like if you get 10 for free, right? You
For each day, the first 10 kilowatt hours cost $4 or 4.66 cents per kilowatt hour.
Right, per kilowatt.
Yeah, it's per kilowatt
So
hour,
if you
right?
have
The
2
first 10 are cheap because
So
you
if
have this base daily
If
thing
you
that you're
had 1
paying.
kilowatt hour, then it's only 4.
They would have to give us the price per kilowatt hour, because imagine if they asked us what it would be for 8 kilowatts, then we'd just multiply 8 by the 4.66. We would, like if it just told us, like, the other way around, like total 10 is.
It's cool, man.
Our understanding is crystal clear now, though.
Thanks, Ash. Yeah.
Yeah.
Doing good, actually.
I appreciate you being,
Yeah,
you know,
your gumption is admirable and inspiring.
admirable and inspiring. Can we get a hand for our And I'm not doing that to embarrass you.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I really do
Seriously.
appreciate the courage it takes to come up here
Yeah, agreed.
and be up here and be possibly wrong. Yeah. I'm always scared of being wrong up here, but it happens all the time. And we could do a little unit analysis here too, right? What's the units on your 10 kilowatt hours?
Hours. Kilowatt hours.
Yeah, the 10 kilowatt hours, right? What's your units on your 4.66?
Cents.
That's cents per kilowatt hour.
Yeah.
So the kilowatt hours
Cancel.
cancel, right, reduce to 1. And now you're talking about cents. That's that 46 cents that you pay for the first 10. And then, since we were doing 15 here as an example, what else do we have?
5
There's 5 extras, right?
at 10.71 cents per kilowatt hour.
And the 5 extras are 10.71 cents each.
Yeah.
And then the units on that thing again are 5 oops,
You
that's
wrote them inverted. Yeah.
kilowatt hours, and then this guy is cents per kilowatt hours. And those guys cancel it down. So now I'm adding cents together, right? Okay, so let's write that piecewise function, because I think that's the thing that really matters.
Okay.
Yeah, hit me.
So are you saying that this, like the 15 kilowatt hours happened in one day?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I was just trying to figure out, like, okay, if in a day I spent 15 kilowatt hours, how would that break down? Like, well, I got my daily charge, right? And then I got my 10, first 10 that were cheap, times their cost, plus the extra 5 times their cost. So I think we can write a piecewise function from that.
And are the variables the variables are your hours, right? Not your money, because your money's fixed.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is going to be the price of some hours, right?
Yeah, exactly. And you're right. 15.7
Okay. So why the 15.7 plus?
Because it's constant. Just to be able to get in the door, just to be able to start, you have to start with that. So it's just, that's like where you begin on the
Yeah, and I screwed this up already, right? You guys see that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I should be writing, you guys need this higher so you can see it.
yeah.
Cool. I'm going to erase this part, because who needs that? All right, so I've got price as a function of hours. And what did I screw up already here?
You need the bracket, you can have,
Yeah, because there's going to be 2 pieces, right? Where's the break in between the 2 pieces?
At the 10.
Yeah, when things get more expensive, right? So both pieces have a 15.7. Right?
Yeah.
So So there's a 15.7 in both bits. That's my daily rate. I gotta pay that. What else you got?
On the top one, per, extra hour, it's 4.66 cents
Okay, so you're adding 4.66 cents.
So
per hour, so X, or H.
Okay, and you need to multiply that number by H, right? So you got your daily rate plus the number of hours you got cheap times the cost of cheap hours.
yeah,
And then where do your H's live for that?
between 0 and 10.
Yeah, your H's should live between 0 and 10.
So when you say where it lives, you're asking for the domain.
Yeah, I'm asking for the domain of that piece, right?
Is there still a 15.7 charge for the next change if you already paid 15.7?
Yeah,
Okay.
because you still have to have that.
Yeah, so keep in mind, right, that this isn't assuming that I already paid this. Right? This is just what I have to pay if the hours are between 0 and 10.
Oh, yes.
Otherwise, I have to pay a different amount,
Right,
right?
right. Very much. I was talking about the next one.
Yeah, so I need that 15.7 because even if I get 11 hours, right?
So this time it'll be between 0 and 15, not 0, or I thought
It'd be
were
10
10
and
and
15, right?
Yeah.
It'll be between 10 and whatever, right?
Okay.
Well,
Right.
wouldn't it
10
be
and
between
24.
24? 'Cause you can't go over 24 hours per day.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh.
Cool.
Yeah.
That was good.
That was good.
You guys see that?
Yeah.
That's kind of a domain restriction that's not given naturally in the math, right? It's in the what does this shite mean?
Uh-huh.
I'm trying to swear less, by the way, so if I swear, yell at me.
I mean,
Kilowatt hour is a measurement of energy, not time.
Kilowatts per
It's
hour.
I thought it was.
No, not per hour. It would be kilowatts
Point.
over
I'm
hour.
pretty sure you can use.
Kilowatt hours are a measure of energy, not time. I'm
Yeah.
thinking about them as in terms of hours, but they're actually,
I'm pretty
No,
sure you
hour.
can use more than one.
yeah. So the way you would use
One
more
hour,
than
you
a,
use more than 1 kilowatt hour.
But it's, this price is per day, though, right?
yeah, this price is per day,
So it's
right? So this is,
still ends at 24.
No, because the H is because it's measurement.
yeah, so H is the amount of electricity I use.
A kilowatt hour is.
And a kilowatt hour doesn't take an hour to accumulate if you're using more than a kilowatt.
It's not kilowatts per hour. That would be kilowatt divided by hour.
You guys cool with this? So,
That's good. The 10 though, because we already have, yeah.
yeah, I screwed up.
So don't
What did I
add
screw
the-
up?
Add the equals.
Go ahead, articulate yourself loudly, Mika.
You can't have greater than or equal to 10 because on the other function we already have less than or equal to 10.
You guys see that?
Can't
Like,
overlap at 10.
your H equals 10 can't have to fit into both
Otherwise
pieces
it'll
of your
overlap.
piecewise function, right? You have to specify which side that goes in. And I think 10 is into that first bit, right? Okay, so what else we got on that?
All right.
So I got my daily charge in there already.
So plus 10.71 H. Oh, we're not.
That's a good idea, but unfortunately it doesn't quite work. 10.71 times H, right?
That's 10. Yeah.
Sorry. 10.71 times H. Still a good idea, still wrong.
Okay.
Why?
Because it's.
How do we do 15? We did 15 just a minute ago, right?
Definitely.
It has to be like subtract. You have to add a 4.
It's anything above 10.
Yeah, there's like a split at what happens at 10, right? So it's not that every hour costs more if you use more than 10.
So do you
You
just
guys see that?
subtract
I gotta figure out how many are
10.71
extra.
10.71 minus
H minus
4.66?
So I think I need an
Yeah.
H minus 10 here,
Yeah.
but then I'm also missing another part still. What's the other part I'm missing? What'd you pay for the first 10?
Yeah, the
The
original.
4.66.
Yeah, you paid 4.66 cents
Yeah.
for 10 of the first 10 hours, right?
So you have to add them together?
Yeah, so we have to add 46.6.
7.
You guys with me on that?
Yeah.
Because you multiply it by 10, yeah.
So that's add 4.66 times 10.
Times
27.
10.
Okay.
What?
I said add 46.6,
Okay.
You're just-
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You guys cool with that? So I really should rewrite this though, cause what?
Because it's not
That's messy,
right.
man.
Yeah, there's like some like terms combining you could do with this one. I trust that you guys can do like terms combining. You guys want to see that? We have to do that together as a group.
No.
No. Show of hands for people who want to see how they should combine like terms there. No? Okay, cool. Distribute, combine like terms.
Half of us are just quick to put our hands there.
Cool. Let's see. And then they ask for, oh, how many kilowatt hours can you burn on a day for $3? So that, like, there's some other questions here. Like, one is, what's the cost of 33 kilowatt hours? Which would include me that 24 was a bad upper bound there, right?
Right.
You guys with me on that? Okay, so how many kilowatt hours can you get for $3?
Well, for plenty of bucks. Yeah. H, right? Take your H. Wait, what is H again?
H is a kilowatt hour.
Kilowatt hour, yeah.
H is the amount of electricity you use,
For three.
right? And P is the cost
So P is price, yeah.
per day. Or in a day, maybe.
Well, is it talking about like $3 in
Yes.
addition to your 15?
No, if you just had $3 and you had no kilowatt hours right now.
Basically,
How many kilowatt
if
hours?
you had $3 to spend,
Mhm.
how much electricity could you buy?
Nothing.
But these are cents, not dollars.
They're still in cents. So, first, how many cents is $3?
300. 300.
Okay, so you have 300 cents to spend.
Yeah.
Take one day, just plug in one day, throw in a 1 for your H, and then divide your answer by.
No, because H is 1 unit of electricity.
All right, so you just have to.
Right? 1
so
unit
first
of
all, you
electricity
subtract
costs
15%.
19 cents.
Yeah, first of all, you subtract 15%.
You guys all see that? Like, if I had 1 unit of electricity, I would plug that into the
H.
H for 1, which would go in this top piece, and I would spend 19 cents.
Uh-huh.
You guys see that?
Yeah.
I want to spend 300 cents.
Uh-huh.
So I know it's more than 1, because 1 only costs 20 cents, and I have 280 more cents to spend.
So wait, can't you just write the function like to make it to make hours a function of price? Kilowatt hours a function of price, and then do it that way?
I would probably just put the 300 in for P and try to solve, right?
Right. So
But which one of these do you set it equal to?
The top
the
one.
bottom. Okay. Because at the bottom,
How do you know it's going to be the bottom ones?
Because you know that 10 kilowatt hours is less than 300 cents.
Good, because 10 kilowatt hours is like 46 plus 15 cents,
Which is less than 300.
which is definitely less than 100.
It's between 30 and 35.
You
know that.
You skip
What?
in
Yeah,
the
the
chart
chart.
A of the problem, you're supposed to make a table.
I know, I skipped a whole bunch of parts.
And in the table, you have 30 and 35,
Oh,
and
okay,
300 cents is between those two.
cool. So that's another way you could do this. I would probably take that, set it equal to this, and solve. Because I wouldn't have made that
Let's
table.
do it.
So we got 15.7 plus 46.6 plus 10.71 times 10 minus H. H minus 10.
H minus.
Right, so that's your 300 cents. You're going to spend that on the daily rate and the first 10 kilowatt hours and however many extra hours you get.
Oh, it's great.
Cool? And then solve using a calculator or something. Yeah, what's up?
Wouldn't it roll over to the next day though?
Wouldn't it roll over to the next day? They ask if you have $3 to spend on a day, how many kilowatt hours would you get?
Okay, so would you just like?
So they're talking about on a day.
Right. So like, I don't think that one day adds up to the full 300 cents though, right?
Again, they're kilowatt hours, which are an amount of electricity used, not hours,
Oh, okay.
which are time, right?
Okay.
So if you're using, okay, so a kilowatt's 1,000 watts, right? Your microwave's 1,000-watt microwave, give or take.
Okay.
Okay? So if you happen to be running, for some very strange reason, half a dozen microwaves all the time in your home, which I would really not recommend doing without some kind of shielding. If you ran your half a dozen microwaves for an hour, you would use in that hour 6 kilowatts. Right?
Yeah.
So in that whole day, you could use something more than 140 kilowatts.
Okay, makes sense.
Kind of with me? Does that make sense, guys?
Like a change machine.
Do not run your microwave all the time. It will be expensive. Also, what are you warming up? Microwaves are actually a super cool thing. They have built into them a Faraday cage.
A what cage?
A Faraday cage.
Oh,
It keeps
okay.
the microwaves from spilling out into your home and, you know, cooking things that are nearby.
That's good.
Because nobody ever complains, right? Like, my microwave leaks. I keep cooking stuff that I don't intend to. No idea.
I was one of those kids that would always like stand right in front of the microwave and just look at it.
That's-
Yeah, also, everyone stands in front of the microwave, right? And if it leaked, it would cook your face.
Just like looking, staring at it.
Well, maybe we should